fucked up. Give it up for Lucien Green!
Hello everyone. This is a charity gig, so it's only appropriate that we have a charity case as well. So hi, my name's Lucien Green. As Ben said, I am the president of the Comedy Society, which is a post that I gained not through an election, I just assumed it. So I think that puts me about one level of corruption above George W. Bush, which is quite an achievement really. I didn't get an inauguration ceremony, not that I'm bitter. Yeah, the Americans are big in that though, and they always seem to make a big fuss about the presidential address, but it's always the White House. I've got so many more of them. The standard's exactly the same. So this is actually my second time doing this, which are not the words that I wanted to hear from my transplant surgeon. So jokes. You know, a joke is a funny thing. I did warn you. So, I don't like it when people end sentences in prepositions. It's something that I really frown upon. But nothing irritates me more than people who exaggerate stuff. I mean, when people exaggerate stuff, I just want to tear their faces off. Which could be an ironic joke, or it could be the truth. So already the mind games have begun. God, this is going to be a fun evening. I had a summer job quite a long time ago where I spent all the time picking herbs. Back then I had a lot of time on my hands. But it's actually quite a dangerous job. You've got to look out for hawthorns because they're associated with a lot of pricks. So if town planners want to get rid of traffic jams, why don't they just abolish the red light district? Yeah, I mean that was one of the weaker ones. So that's not one of my best. When I was a child, I used to have one leg slightly shorter than the other. My left leg was a little bit shorter, and so that kind of gave me a natural lean. So I used to sort of rest against walls a lot, as you would too if you were so inclined. And I thought that this was something that would stay with me for the rest of my life, but I had an operation and now I stand corrected. Sometimes I hate myself. Well, the best thing about my act is that I can never remember my jokes. So luckily, I thought ahead. I've written them down. I can't make head or tail of my notes. Yeah, right, okay. So I started to look down upon my uncle when he was in a car crash that left him confined to a wheelchair. Because his drink driving caused the accident. What were you guys thinking? Not in this gig. Shame on all of you. Particularly you. Sorry, we have history. As part of my rehab, I've been told to stop implying to large crowds of people that I used to have a drug problem. So that's not going very well. But I have managed to stop fondling myself in public, touch wood. List. I was looking at the BBC News website today, and there was an article headlined "UK's women are the fattest in Europe," and that was at the top of the most read list. Obviously, it didn't take long for it to fall to the bottom of the list. And there was another headline that said "Rare species make home in Broads," which I assumed meant crabs. No, it was at Norfolk Broad. So it was crabs. Yeah, it's been quite a while since I pulled in a club, and this is mostly through choice. Sometimes even my own. My fanmates say that to increase my chances, I should do Austin Powers impressions, but they're not really my bag, baby. Yeah, so people complain about highly paid footballers, but the really seasoned pros are worth their salt. So the best ones take a little while to sink in. And okay, gross. You may notice that I move around a lot on stage, and this can leave me quite breathless. And it's quite hard to tell jokes when you're kind of dancing all over the place. So when I go on tour, which is bound to be soon, I'm going to take a leaf out of musicians' books and lip sync, which, you know, I'm trying at the moment, and I think it's going alright, isn't it? Can you tell? Yeah, it's doing alright. But it can be quite difficult, especially if sentences end sooner than you expect. I think I'm done.